And we've seen that really all week, Jordan. And the thing is I know that this doesn't look like a lot of rain, but what happens is like Montgomery, you're cool. You got no problems. But then you get a huge downpour over somewhere like Mobile. You get flooding, huge downpour here in the Houston area, down towards Corpus, Louisiana, and the coast, all the way up into North Carolina. And so the flooding is very localized with this system. Some of you are just going to get the clouds. Some of you are not going to see any rain. Some of you will even see some sun. But then if you're stuck under one of those downpours, you're in trouble. Where's the moisture coming from? Let's start in the atmosphere. I always talk about the atmosphere looks like a hamburger. We're going to start at the top bun with the jet stream as high as we can go in the atmosphere. Notice that it's starting in the Pacific, coming up and down and then around into the south. So it is bringing some of that moisture and some of that energy from the Pacific here as you look in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. Down at the surface at the bottom bun, we've got very wet conditions. Look how moist it is. We're at the top end of our scale. So we've got a soggy burger, which makes nobody happy, right? Has that ever happened to you when you've just somehow water spills on it? It just doesn't taste as good when you've got, the buns are soggy. We're going to continue to stay like this as we head, notice, all the way through Wednesday. 3 to 5 inches of rain there in some spots. And again, we have to say everyone in the green area has to watch out for flooding, but it will be a very localized situation and downpour, which, by the way, we're going to go live to Galveston, Texas in just a minute with Justin and Jordan together, and he's going to show us how these downpours can cause flooding very quickly. Look at the coast of Texas. Multiple flash flood warnings, and they are extending here into eastern Texas because the rain's been coming down, and there's more to come, and it's on saturated grounds. We're 8 to 16 inches above average here on rainfall, so we don't need any more. This means that flash flooding is imminent or it's occurring, and you will see that live momentarily with Justin here into Galveston, and we have had anywhere from 3 to 5+ inches of rain in just the past 6 hours. That is too much for anyone to handle. And as we head into eastern Texas near the coast of Louisiana, near the border with Louisiana, that's where heavier rain has also come down, and we have flash flood warnings. Wouldn't be shocked to see more of these warnings pop off as we go through the day, because we will get daytime heating, and we are going to see heavier downpours for us. And again, they're on and off. It's not going to be a total washout. I know it's tough if you're here trying to get that last beach weekend before school starts. Everyone's trying to run it around, get all the different supplies, get everything organized. It can be a very stressful time of year for people, but you're trying to enjoy that beach, and then the rain stresses you out because you're like, no, I just wanted a little more sunshine. I really quickly, Jordan, just want to show everyone that this does continue through the weekend. We're stuck at least through the beginning of next week.
Not many people going to the beach here.
U2's It's a Beautiful Day.
It is a beautiful day. Yay.
Just phenomenal stuff here into Boston. It has been a wet week in the Northeast and the Great Lakes, and we are seeing a lot of sunshine, lower humidity if you're headed to the Cape or maybe Nantucket, but the rain does return next week. But who cares about that? I want to focus on the sun and just soak it in and absorb the sunshine. But my weather producers, they want to show you that the rain is going to come back. And I think why they're showing you this is to just prove the point that we're going to have beautiful 3 days, and that Mother Nature is timing this perfectly this week. The rain comes back on Monday. You've got the whole weekend to enjoy the dry air, and you can see that dry air coming in. You see the orange on the map? That is drier air. You can see it into the Northeast, but this is that jet energy that I was showing you before. It's basically Mid-Atlantic southbound, Ohio River Valley southbound. North of there, we are dry. Isn't that cool to see? I just think it's so cool when there's such a sharp gradient and cutoff of where the clouds are. I mean, you drive from Philly to New York, you're going to go from clouds to boom, blazing sunshine. You will need those sunglasses, and the temperatures are comfortable. Oh, even DC at 86. If you're outside touring around, it can get quite hot in DC. Our dew point temperatures are into the 50s. Still a little humid there in and around DC, but around the Great Lakes, I mean, look at that, into the 50s, the low 50s. You're going to feel that air mass change. And then tomorrow, we've got the sunshine. Sunday, we've got the sunshine. So we have 3 days of beautiful weather, some warming temperatures, though, as we head over the next couple of days. And then the weather, it takes a turn as we head into next week. Monday early morning, you should be okay along at least the I-95 corridor. The storms will continue to move east, though, not only through our Monday, but into our Tuesday and into our Wednesday. Jordan, I just wish we could say, beam me up, Scotty, and take all of this moisture and put it in the west, because there is no rain in sight.
I'd put it right over California and Oregon if I had that named storm.
Well, it's time to get a look at your beautiful day forecast presented by JP Morgan. And is this not a stunning picture? The way the colors change as that light hits the clouds. And this is in Florence, Oregon. Phenomenal. You can see also beautiful there reflecting down into the lake. And we will see a beautiful day here with lots of sunshine and really comfortable temperatures. We hang into the mid-60s.
Just that's causing this.
Woof. All right, Justin, we appreciate you being out there and giving us that report. Let's talk about the rest of the tropics because, obviously Texas already got hit by a hurricane. Could we get hit by another? We can't rule it out. We have the whole Gulf Coast. We have the Atlantic seaboard. Everyone needs to get ready right now for the season. Let's start off in the East Pac with Tropical Storm Bud barely hanging on to tropical storm status with winds at 40 miles an hour. To be a tropical storm, they have to be at 39. Not too worried about Bud because Bud's going to have a very short trip here in the Pacific. Next name is Carlotta on the list, and we go all the way to Zeke here in the East Pac. Let's talk about the Atlantic, though, because we have made our way all the way up into C. We're definitely ahead of schedule. Our next name is Debbie on the list. And as we go into August, this is a lot for the brain to process. All I want you to focus on is that once you get to August, September, October, we have low numbers. That means that the days in between development of tropical storms is less. So that means that we have more storms developing in a shorter amount of time. That's what that is translating to. So we expect things to pick up here because we've had shear in the Atlantic. We've had all the Saharan dust in the Atlantic. We've had suppression going on. That is going to switch. That's going to go away, all of it. And we are going to see more lift happening. And I'm a little concerned because we've had multiple waves within this dust coming off of Africa that have not been able to develop. But there is a chance. You see this little spin right here. We're going to be keeping a close eye on that spin as we head into the first weekend in August. What do systems need to develop? Moisture, warm water, we got that. Favorable winds, that will be happening. And then, of course, that atmospheric spin. August is when we typically see things really pick up. These are all the storms that we've had going back to 1950. Kelly, plenty of the season, 92% of the season remaining.